Okay, so I'm gonna record this quick little video while you're eating, and this is for everybody actually. Um, where is it? This right here is pretty helpful. There's the island code right in the bottom, right there, so you can find it. But I found this the other day, and it's pretty crazy. So I'm gonna go jump into it and show you some things here. Now this thing is for training. It's not like super fun, but I do recommend like every day. Like what I'm gonna do is try and play this for five or more minutes just before we hop into a match and train one specific thing that we're not really good at or that we want to work on. And you should see, like progress as if you were like in a real world gym, right? So they let you choose anything you want. I would recommend just using the regular stuff that we see. Like these two guns are the best guns in the game, right? Like besides the exotics. So like if you use these in a regular match, you should be good, and you should be practicing with them. One thing I was doing was practicing my aim. I'll show you here. They have a bunch of different modes. So you walk into the portal there. So I was, what was I practicing? Oh, sphere tracking. This one's good. You choose what you want, and then you look like shooting it. Choose whatever you want and shoot it. And then you're basically just following this. Is this gonna move? Yeah, there we go. Okay, it was taking a second, but then the point of this is to follow it around, right? And you're basically practicing your aim. Like, look, my aim's terrible, but if you can try and keep your dot on there the whole time, then you're essentially training your thumb to it's like muscle memory. And as you can see, I need to work on it. Like, it seems fast, but eventually you should be able to do this. And I realize some of these programs might be made for mouse and keyboard, but you'll still find benefits probably playing on controller. So whenever you want to exit any of these programs, when you're done, you just press your emote button and it'll bring you back. Same thing if you're like here and you don't want to do this anymore, you just press and you can go back, all the way back to home. So we'll go back to aim. There's another one that I was testing. What was it? Headshot practice, I think. This one was fun. Because you just stand here practicing headshots. Right? You just sit here and do that all day. Eventually, like, you'll be able to do that. What was... There was another one. I think it was it boxing fight? I was trying to test these. Yeah, boxing fight is interesting. Right? You can practice your fighting with a bot, basically. And they're not going to shoot back, but they're doing like realistic movement. And everything will just reset, and you can practice doing like... I think the thing here, if you have easy edit on, is you press B to reset, you hold it, so you can just go like this, right? Whenever you want. But when you want to pull your shotgun out, you press YY. So if I were to edit it and still have my shotgun out, it'll automatically pull it out. I'm really bad, look at me. So I usually try to not aim. The easiest thing with the shotgun is when you're at this close range, you just don't aim. And you'll usually have better results. Like don't aim in like this. You just... Sometimes you have to. So let's say I have my build out, like I have the pen and paper out. You're gonna edit this side piece, try and line it up with them. Edit the side piece and YY basically, right? So YY. But you sat there and practiced that all day, that would be interesting. There's other ones you can do. Like I found comp to be pretty cool because you can do clutch practice, and you can do like, this is our most common situation, is like a 1v4, but look, it goes all the way up to 1v8s, and you can choose the bot's health, the health that they have, and the health that you have. So I'm gonna choose 200, so my health isn't infinite, and then we'll start it. Now, these bots might not seem difficult. If you let them, you know, they'll fuck you up. They'll fuck you up pretty hard, so. See what I mean? Like, if you, they might not seem difficult at first, but if you let them, they'll fuck you up. Like, let's try fighting 8 bots at once. Oh god. Yeah. See, but you can definitely practice a lot with that. Another thing is, edit courses are pretty much this, like I'll explain that after, but here's a bunch of common scenarios that is pretty much universal here. So peace control is when we know somebody has a ramp here and we know exactly where they are. And the whole point of peace control is to be able to control this piece. And when we're building, we want to be able to full box them. That's the whole thing. So in order to full box this piece, we're going to have to put, you know, cone up here first. And then if we have our wall out, we're putting the wall right there. Wall right, oops, see, it's hard to get it. And then like going kind of something like this. You know, and now they're full boxed. You know, I'm trying to practice doing this as quickly as possible. This is a more advanced thing that even I have trouble with, because then once they're in a full box, you know, there's almost nothing they can do. You know? So just practicing trying to do that as quickly as you can. And then even if you have you're under or whatever, you can open it up. So like, there's a million different pretty common scenarios here that you can just go through. Tried to learn if they just have a wall. I think, what's this? So this is like an untakeable wall for us. So like trying to full box them from around the corner on the left side is pretty difficult, I'd say. But you'd go probably do something like that, right? Which is not something you want to do. So you're blocking yourself out. What you want to do is come around the corner and see, like this is why I need practice. So you come around the corner, hopefully not place this. This is why turbo build is bad too. Like all the things I use, easy edit, turbo build, all that's bad because it doesn't allow me to do certain things. There's also, how do I go back here? Edit courses, obviously, where you can go through, like there's a million different scenarios here and just be doing edits. I forget what this does. So if you have quick edit on, this is simple, right? Or simple edit. Right, and then it'll reset you back down at the bottom. You're just practicing, now this is a more like simple one to practice. How do I get back here? Okay, so there's more difficult ones here, like this one. You're just trying to do this as quickly as possible. Just helping train your muscle memory for different purposes. Editing is another advanced skill that I'm not super great with, and obviously on controller I've been using a lot of just the quick edit functions, and you know, quick editing like this has its own benefits, but also it's not great because it locks you out of a lot. There's a lot of different edits you can do with normal edit. And that's how you exit. What's the other thing? Yeah, so there's all that, and then obviously free build, which is where you can just come in here. Ooh, you can even turn bots on. I didn't even know that. Oh shit. And then just like free build stuff. My most common thing that I always try and practice. Well, I'm gonna turn the bots off because they might try and kill me. Or no, they won't. Maybe I don't know if they're gonna kill me or not. But most common thing to try and practice is your 90s. Now 90s, it's pretty simple once you can get the hang of it. This is what they say when you're cranking 90s because you're getting like immediate height, right? So the way to do that, to practice it, is you build a wall with your right trigger, then ramp, and you want to hug the left here. So you're always hugging the left, and you're building two walls, ramp, like jump ramp. So two walls, jump, you jump, and then place your ramp, and you're always hugging. This wall should save you. And you're basically, if you can do it quick enough, you know, you can actually almost run up most times. Right? And like, yeah, it helps a lot. Another thing that I like to do, I've been practicing a lot lately, is if you press B and then use your D-pad, your left D-pad switches your materials. I'm building a scrim tower, which is, you know, one box, two boxes, three boxes up. Sometimes for good measure I go four, but three, any higher than three, if you get shot down, you'll take damage. So four is safe because you're not going to take too much damage. And then I do a little 3x3. I place these. This is not a typical scrim tower, but this gives you a lot of different advantage and slight cover from certain areas. If you're really scared, you can do like this, but that's pretty good too. But, you know, like, when you're trying to attack that, you're like, what the hell? You know, and like, you have that height. I'd be having to try and shoot you like that. I'll do another little scrim tower that I see that's really common, but I don't think I can do it with simple edit on. So like, let's say, so what is it? It's supposed to be these, I think. And there's a certain edit I don't think I can do. Yeah, it's like a harder edit to do. I have to like look at a certain spot to be able to do it. This one takes way longer because I'm terrible. And I can't even do the proper thing, but this should all connect. Like this one would connect with this. I just don't remember how to do it properly anyways, that's a totally different one, but that's, I don't know, it's, I think that this build over here is a lot easier to do, to just practice. Because then you're looking at, like, what the hell you're looking at here, you're like, oh my god. But no, definitely start with the 90s, start with aim practicing, do it every day for like 5 minutes a day, and you'll just see yourself slowly improve. It's also another thing, one last little quick thing, I'm trying to learn how to sprint while doing ramps. It's like running and sprinting almost. I don't think I can do it properly because isn't that fast. There's also different things you can do. If you press your right thumbstick in, you can like rotate your pieces, right? So, like, let's say you were way high up here, then you can rotate it by clicking it in twice and go down. Or if you're being really crazy, you know, you could click it twice each time. Oops. And like, you know, do some weird stuff like that. Right? Anyways, I practice like just free building in here sometimes too if nobody else is on. It's fun just learning how to build. This button will reset all your builds. So yeah, that's a short little video. Obviously, here's all the weapons you can practice with. I'm not really sure what those things do. But yeah, highly recommend this. Like, highly recommend this thing, especially this aim training. It'll all do different stuff. Like, I don't even know what half of this thing is. Airbot. Yeah, like, how am I supposed to shoot that, huh? Right, but eventually... And then this is where, like, in situations like this, I would go back to my settings and go into, you know, your controller inputs. And I've been adjusting a lot of this stuff. Like, here's my things. My edit hold time, I turned way down. This doesn't take as long. Quick weapon, I don't know. I still haven't played too much of that. I said there's my sensitivities. My ADS has to be slower than my look sensitivity because like it's just way too it's too hard to hit things. I would mess with these and practice around until you find a really comfortable thing where when you're aiming it's like really nice, you know, like it's smooth so you're not like overshooting stuff or like whatever. I use the advanced options on here to turn this down a little bit because I had to turn the vertical boost and the vertical speed down because for some reason I was looking up really quickly. But yeah, just fuck with these settings, like adjust them to whatever. Your dead zone is also another thing. I should probably be changing this a little bit. Yeah. Enable foot controller. It's a lot of settings here. The build settings also are important too. Reset building choice on. This is all the stuff I normally have on. Um, the simple edit thing I'm just using for now, but it's definitely helped me. I don't have replays recording, you know, it takes up too much crap. Audio, obviously, I have my music, the stuff down, so that way it's not distracting. This is another setting that I should quickly go over, but you don't have this setting on console. Your frames are basically, I'd say like how good you are at the game because like um, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, all that they cap out at 120 frames and they do it pretty consistently. So it's pretty good. The Nintendo Switch can only get 60 frames. And a computer, obviously, if I had a really good computer, I could go up to like unlimited frames or 360. Generally, when you go look at a pro playing on a PC, like a pro, like one of the really good pros that were winning money playing this game, they've said you need somewhere between 220 frames. So like 200 to 220 frames to be able to play like a pro. That's why you will get these sweaty people. It's their PC and they're like so fast and you can't even hit them and they've basically killed you on their screen and like they're already on doing the next thing and we don't even know we're dead yet, you know, and that's why it's because they have these extra frames. So anyways, I'm gonna upload this video. Hopefully this helps a little bit. I'll do a more in-depth one of some more tricks like I was saying, but